One of the important problems on some Hyundai cars, especially I believe after 2015, but sometimes also early on, this one it's a Sonata, but I guess it's all the models that happened, is that this trunk lock, so there is a lock right here that locks the trunk, the latch if you want, the piece gets bad. So this piece right here underneath, it goes bad. Why is it a concern for you? It's that when it goes bad, you are not going to be able to open the trunk. And maybe you are on holiday, maybe you have some important items, food or anything. You will need to bring your car to the dealership. And they will actually, what they will do, there are a few tricks you can try, but oftentimes if you look on forums, they will remove the rear seats, just unscrew the rear seats to get access to the trunk. There is some pulls to flap, to just slide back, lower the rear seat bench, but the flap, this pole, it's accessible from the trunk, inside the trunk only, so you won't be able to access it. On some cars, this is a 2015, you will have, I believe, some cars will have a trunk lock somewhere on the left side. Mine has a lock on the right side, and it's again important, so you check right away your car. Why? Because obviously you've never used this lock. So after 5-10 years, what do you think it happens? It gets seized. So if I'm just removing the key, you have this button here. Push it all the way in. Also make sure you force the key back and pop the button up, because sometimes it doesn't attach properly. So just grab the key and you just try to undo it real time for you. See if it works. I'm curious. Oh yes, it does. Yeah, I'm happy it works. So this may, I'm just hovering my plate, may unlock your latch, but sometimes even this one won't work, or it's going to be stuck. If it's stuck, what I suggest to do is just try to move your key little by little. At some point it'll break loose. Don't force, just rotate it to the left, but little by little, and maybe after 2-3 minutes it's going to break loose. The problem is this latch. There are videos, I'm not doing videos how to remove it, replace it. Hyundai obviously is going to ask you a ton of money for it, and even more so to access the trunk from the rear seats. So it's a lot of money, also a lot of time. Sometimes this part is not available because many people are asking for it. So you are going to lose days or a lot of time, a lot of money. I will put in the comment section. I didn't try it yet. I will order it, but I didn't try it. There is actually only the part that breaks inside that's available at your dealership for about $10. So maybe you want to order that part in advance, at least have it inside your trunk somewhere, or maybe even remove the old part, check if it's cracked and replace it right away. It's not that hard to replace the part. Probably you are going to access it through these screws. There are also wiring for the camera, which is, someone say there is 4 more screws to access the plug that goes to the camera wire. But yeah, you may want to definitely check this in advance. I've seen it on cars from 2017, 2018, people saying on forums, perhaps 2015, sometimes even the early models. At some point they fixed it, but it goes up to 18, so you know, it's going to happen anytime. You never know. I've seen people with 20,000 miles on the car, 50,000 miles, you don't know. One of the things I do recommend is that when you close your trunk, see, most of the time what you will like to do is just slam the trunk from above. I do recommend you go gently, just push it all the way down and then just press on it to hear that click if you want to check it out. These latches don't like to be slammed, and it goes the same for the doors and also for the hood. It have micro switches to them. They don't like to be slammed, like your wife is slamming the doors sometimes when she's angry. So always just give it a push when it's all the way down, and perhaps this will save your money. but it's really a good idea to check it out and maybe purchase that part. Check the comment sections. Well, there a quick word on this rear seats. By the way, I've heard some years will have a trunk release cable somewhere here. I just read that on forums, somewhere on the left side of the car, rear passenger. Mine doesn't have such things, so maybe check on your car. But maybe you will think you will leave this rear seat kind of loose like this to have access if anything happens to the trunk latch. But be really aware, first off, do not ever carry someone. Be sure maybe put a sticker or something so you don't put any passenger here with these rear seats unlatched, because the rear seats has a mass to it, and in a car crash it will just come with force and squeeze that person, break his back, or could kill a child, you know. Also, if you don't have passenger, the things that are inside the trunks, if you have heavy things, they will push on this and the things will come slamming to a seat. So be careful with this. But also I found out that, so you have that release inside the trunk, that pull lever to release these seats, the upper portion of the seat basically. And I found out that when you try to push them back, to lock them back, they kind of need to be really slammed to lock. Otherwise they will just look like they are locked in place, but they are not locked, and that's again very dangerous. So whenever you release them, be sure to just give them a good push, good slam, and try see if they are really locked in place, both of them, both sections. It's just a matter of safety. Thanks for watching.